reasons why you should consider getting a case of Rage of the Abyss. Make sure you guys smash the evolving crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So we're going to be starting off over here with our shark cards. I will say, you know, a lot of your headliner stuff that you get with these packs, they're not always the most enticing things out here, but I can tell you, to the amount of water players that do exist out here, there are a lot of them, by the way. A lot of people genuinely enjoy just having the chance to have these cards be options for them to, you know, add into their already existing stuff. And this shark stuff did a fantastic job of doing just that. Does it make the deck better? You know, does Stealth Kraken, you know, control become a better deck? Yes. Yes, it does. But once again, I mean, you're playing Stealth Kraken control with, you know, goes and limited to 1. You still are kind of playing down a wee little bit. So that's a major thing for you to kind of think about here as you're looking at that. Your headliner stuff starting off pretty strong. Now, the Mermail Lantean stuff on that other half of that equation. Holy crap! I'm so happy that we got the Mermail Lantean power-ups in here. It does make me wonder, are we going to get a structure deck, or did we just scrap that in here by, you know, doing this? And this is kind of like, we look back at the Tempai stuff and we were wondering if they just scrapped a side set and put those into a core set. But realistically here, if you are out here looking at the Mermail Lantean stuff, you still lose to Droll from all of the playtesting I've done. Those Dragoons not getting to stack up. Deep Sea Diva feels a little bit win more for this stuff, but I will tell you, these power-ups, basically being able to allow you to go into the Deep Sea Quill Camp and then be able to turbo through these different lines is some of the funnest stuff that I have ever actually had the chance to, like, see in so long. Like, I missed Mermail. I missed knowing how to combo with the deck. Now, these Metamorph cards, I think a lot of people kind of forgotten here, but we do get a new Zoa, which is a Fiend, by the way, which you can metamorph any Fiend monster into this. I think people have forgotten about that. I do certainly love me some free Metamorph into a pop. Yeah. But then again, you know, you've also got the, what is it, the Omni Negate with the red eyes. Those cards alone were some of the coolest things that you could have brought to the table here. Like, I just want some QCRs of these. And I think a lot of people are kind of thinking the same thing out here. Is, you know, how splashable can we make the Zoa and the Metamorph into the Fiend Smith stuff? And with the Dragon stuff, you know, is it going to change the landscape of Dragon Link enough to want to splash in these two cards? By the way, 100% searchable. I think that's the crazy part about all of this. Next up is the Ank Blue Eyes support. Now, you do know we just had a Dark Magician in the last set with info. And then with this set, we're getting the Millennium Blue Eyes. The Millennium Blue Eyes attempts to, I'm not going to say like fix the Exodia problems, but it does give you a ability to have a monster that you can call out of the graveyard to use as a defensive option against your opponent. I think that's very, very important. Exodia's real big thing was like, yeah, you get like this Omni Negate. Actually, yeah, whatever Exodia can negate set up on the field. You have this Exodia gaining these huge attack points, but the thing was, you know, you needed to be able to have a defensive option. And that's what that Blue Eyes is there to try to do. It was one of the coolest strengthening power-ups that you could have actually kind of thrown at the deck. And for the casual players, I think that's a pretty major thing to kind of give to the deck. And then, of course, the normal monsters support. For those of you that have actually forgotten about this, this was one of the, it was like the second theme that was revealed to us. Here, Konami said, hey, you guys wanted an archetype that you could basically be able to bring out any specific named normal monster that you could think of, and then they gave them a little bit of extra support. Now, as of filming this, this archetype does not feel complete. I do expect more of this to kind of unfold and take place in the next core set, Supreme Darkness. But for how you're kind of looking at the development for this, basically being able to add a pool of endless support to every normal monster theme that exists right now is such a huge thing. Like, kudos to Konami for this. I want to see more themes like this. Maybe you could put Ojamas back on the map here and actually show us what more we could actually do. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Six Samurai stuff. I was pretty vocal with the Six Samurai stuff, saying that as much as like it's cool, Gateway is still fundamentally limited to one. Alright, if Konami chooses to bump up Gateway, then you're opening up those floodgates to some stupid insanity out here. And that's a pretty big thing to think about. Konami pushing, you know, hey, you guys want the ability to get to Gateway. You know, this card just changes the fundamental landscape of how Six Samurais want to work. And realistically, I think they could do so. But the problem here lies with Konami making such a bold move. The Six Samurai stuff is incredibly cool, don't get me wrong. You're going to have a lot of people out here running to play the Six Samurai stuff. But is it going to define a meta? No, I don't think so. Alright, but keep an eye on it. As per usual, I like to be proven wrong. Asamina, holy crap. Illusion Chimera got a crap ton of new toys. It also, everything that you could splash Asamina in for the Omni Negate, I think this is one of the biggest selling points of this set was the fact that Konami gave us all of this support for, you know, Illusion. Like, let's call it what it is out here. Also, I mean, I guess you had a couple people that were trying to maybe consider playing this with the Whitewood stuff or the White Forest. But I honestly, I don't think we're going to push towards that. I think looking at that consideration of this side of things doesn't really line up with how the deck feels at the moment. But it is an Omni Negate. There is an Omni Negate in this. So, you know, if you're looking at something with the Asamina stuff, yeah, that's something we're going to have to worry about come later on in that block. The Fiend Smith waifu. Look at me. This community is some of the most degenerate people that I have ever seen in my life. When that waifu got announced, this community went nuts. Alright? This community actually says you need to play this or you're not playing a true Fiend Smith deck. That's a thing that I'm seeing from people right now. Alright, it's waifu or bust. Granted, the current Fiend Smith package is broken. A little bit more splashability I don't think would hurt anybody out here. But this community is very strictly looking at this set and going, that right there, that waifu? Yeah, that's why I'm buying this set. Alright, I want that in QCR. And it's like, you gotta look at all aspects when you're looking at things out here. And evidently bringing a Fiend Smith waifu to the table was just enough to really do some things. Dominus Hand Trap. So this will be our second set with a Dominus Trap card in it. This one has an ability to basically negate a summon. And then you get turned off with 3 more attributes. I'm not opposed to these trap cards that are locking you out of these triple attributes for a relatively strong effect, but I feel like when you print a trap card that acts as a hand trap that can basically negate a summon and obliterate whatever is on the receiving end of that, well, the reality of the situation is it's probably going to sell the set. Alright, like, realistically, I'm thinking that a lot of people are going to underestimate that card like Dominus Purge, and you're going to watch a lot of craziness kind of unfold with that. So that's a pretty big thing out here. That hand trap is going to be a defining point for this set. And everybody that's thinking otherwise, I got some news for you. And then the main driving point of the set is Fua Warso, which is our next Mulch Army. Now, I've done some playtesting with Fua Warso. The card is pretty good. Alright, though there are times that I wish I could also get the special summon from the graveyard draw as well, because that was having Maxi have all of that, but now, you know, having it be from the extra deck specifically and the deck does kind of change things. I think that this card is incredibly powerful, and I think that it is worth buying this set, but with that same thought, though, you know, if your opponent's only going through 2 to 3 cards in their extra deck, you only draw 2 to 3 cards, so sometimes the value can feel a little bit less than expected, but I can tell you, As time goes on with this card, though, it's going to be kind of interesting, because these decks that go through 10, 11 cards in their extra deck, suddenly, all this extra draw power kind of changes things. So that is why you should consider picking up Rage of the Abyss. Please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out.
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.